Hello, everybody. This is what would you call it? An emergency live or a last minute live, whatever you want to call it. It is, we're down to the wire, guys. We only have 3 days till the election. I'm traveling, but I wanted to answer your questions. You've had so many questions over these past couple days. What is it, 3 days to go? Um, and I'll tell you where I am since I'm behind security. I am in Boston at Logan Airport. I just finished um, an event, a book event in Boston, which went really, really well. But you guys have been paying attention to the socials. You've been asking so many questions. You're like, wait, who are these people that you've been interviewing? So I'm taking all of your questions. So we're live now on TikTok. TikTok, I will be answering your questions and also live on our regular um, platform here, which is the YT or, which is the tube. We're also live on Instagram. And I do not know how to even find myself live on Instagram. So there you go. But anyway, I'm so glad that you guys could join us this evening. Again, this is just questions because you guys are. Thank you, Chris Daly on TikTok. Thank you very much for that. Don, you're aging backwards. I appreciate all of that. I really don't know. No, they're not veneers. Okay. I'm very lucky. I paid a lot for these. People are asking me all kinds of things. So, what would you like to know? What would you like to know? What would you guys concerned about in these last 2 days? There are all these polls that we've been talking about. There's this woman, the Seltzer woman, who is this late poll out. Nikki, I think it's Iowa, right? Where it is, they say it's an outlier, but she is extremely, extremely accurate with her polling. And she is predicting, at least there, that it will be a Kamala Harris win. So we have all of these last minute polls, emergency live. Oh, so what is going on? The guest person says on the tube, who's truly ahead in the polls, says Andrea Britt. Look, at this point, we don't know who's truly ahead in the polls, but I do believe that that you cannot really believe any of the polling right now. I think that all of the metrics that we have used before to measure things no longer apply when it comes to right now. Will the SNL skit hurt or help Kamala's campaign? I personally loved it. I believe that it will help her campaign because it made her human. I think that it made her human. And I think that people got to see her sort of just being, real. She was actually really good. She was very personable. And also at the same time, you look nervous. I'm not nervous at all on TikTok. It says I look nervous. At the same time, she looked professional. She looked presidential while doing it. And she looked great. So look, I don't know who is going to come out on top or whatever, but again, I am not nervous about it. I think that if I were running right now, if I were or any of the two candidates, thank you, Ogo Parker, for your generous support of independent media. I appreciate it on YT. If I were either of the candidates right now, I'd want to be Kamala Harris. I want to be in her shoes. I want to be in her place because she has momentum. The polls are showing that early voting, especially for women in places that they did not expect, that is in her favor. So she is reaching metrics they believe that haven't been reached by the Democratic Party in quite some time. And all of this sort of bro manosphere that they have been reaching out to, there's no indication, at least in the polling, that any of that is penetrating and that those young men, thank you for the hug on TikTok. Thank you for the bear hug. There's zero indication. I love galaxies, by the way. I have a goal. There's zero indication that that is penetrating, that those young men are going to get up off the couch or get away from class or, uh, you know, get off of their computers or whatever game they're playing and actually go to the polls. So they don't know. That could happen, but there's nothing that's indicating that it is going to happen. Nothing at all. I wish I knew how to see myself live on Instagram, but I don't. I don't know how to do it. I wish I knew how to do it. So I'm about to jump a plane to New York. I've been going everywhere. So look, again, I really want to know because you guys have been watching. If you've been watching our stuff on TikToks, where people have been coming out of the woodworks as we are going live, as we go live on TikToks, as we're doing our man on the street, they have been following us. Some people walk over for miles to try to talk to us, to get pictures, to get information from us, to ask us questions. Now, just so you guys know what we're doing on election night. Thank you for the galaxy, by the way, on TikTok. Just what we're doing on election day. We're going to go. This is nuts. Okay. And I want you guys to tune in. You can tune into us on social media. You can tune into us. Make sure you go to the Don Lemon Show on YT. But we're going to be live for 12 hours on election day, starting around, we believe it's 2 o'clock. From 2 o'clock until 2 a.m., I'm going to do a straight live. I'm going to do it from the streets of Washington, D.C. We're going to go all over Washington, D.C. to, some iconic landmarks, to all of the Washington Monument, the White House, the Capitol. All of it's going to be live. It's going to be Man on the Street live. And we're going to be taking a pulse of what people are doing that day. Okay. And then eventually, just so you know, here's the breaking news. That's kind of breaking news too. We're going to end up at Kamala Harris headquarters at Howard University, and we will be talking to all of the folks who are there. You can rest assured, obviously, she will be there, but many politicians and Democratic players and very important folks, maybe some stars and celebrities, are all going to be there, and we're going to be speaking with them. This is going to be our man on the street, or our man at the event live, starting at on Tuesday at what time? 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock Eastern until 2 o'clock. Yeah, damn, Don, 12 hours, says Rokia Rokes. Yes, absolutely. You better nap, Don, says Carol Pack. And this is all of our folks on the YT. And some of your comments are being put up. Jeff Hastings says, hi, Don, went through PA. Do you feel confident about Kamala's win? And if so, how much? I do feel confident there, because I got to tell you, the truth is, when we were there, we ran into zero Trump canvassers, right? And the Trump canvassers, the Kamala Harris canvassers said they had gone to like 30,000 homes or 30,000 canvases or whatever, doors or whatever it is that they did, and they had not run into one, if any, very few or no Trump canvassers. And the spokesperson, or the person who is in charge of the Kamala Harris canvassing or field office in Lancaster County, which is a very important county, it's going to determine the election. They believe, especially if it goes blue, they said, because of our social media and our reporting on social media, they believe that the Trump folks saw that and then scrambled to put together a field operation. Okay, so that's how many people are watching our social media posts. Dorothy Taylor says, what's your opinion on Liz Cheney's threat for Trump? I don't know how much of a threat it is, because, as you know, when it comes to the MAGA cult folks, thank you, Beth Bear. I appreciate it. Thank you for your super sticker and your support for independent media. When it comes to those folks, even when you present them with facts, they don't even listen to them sometimes. Even when you present it, you show them, they don't believe it. They say, well, I can believe what I want. So I don't know how much Liz Cheney is going to penetrate, but I think everything helps. So it is believed, at least according to the person who's in charge of the field office here on the Kamala Harris side, that they, because of what we did, they said it's not long after we posted it, within 24 hours after it posting, they said that they started running into Trump canvassers, and they believe that they put their, hastily put together their canvassing operation on our reporting. And because obviously if they're doing it, it means what? They're concerned that there's an issue when it comes to Pennsylvania. Now, so I think the folks there feel pretty confident. They said they're cautiously optimistic about it, but again, we don't know. Thank you for the hat on TikTok. I appreciate it. We don't know. Again, like I said, look at my galaxy goals, guys, or long necks, or whatever it is you want to say. And I love the hearts. So make sure you follow us. Make sure you hit the hearts. Make sure, if you're on TikTok, if you're on any other platform, the YT, or on Instagram, make sure you follow us. Check out our social media. It is the what we're hearing from voters around the country has been amazing. I was at a book event tonight. Thank you, Maureen Marfell. You're always supporting me. I really appreciate it. Love you for that. So even at this book event, and these are people of all different demographics, from teenagers to older people, are saying, hey, I saw your Instagram, or I saw your TikTok, and what you're saying, the information that you're getting from people and what I'm hearing from people, it's amazing. Continue to do it. I think this is your niche. I think nobody can do it like you do. There are people who go out there and they just try to make like Trump supporters look stupid, or Democrats look stupid, or Kamala Harris supporters. We don't do that. We're actually trying to get information. Thank you for Galaxy. Thank you for the hat, TikTok. We actually tried to give information and get information from folks. So let's see. Any more questions? Let me know. Nikki, producer Nikki's there. By the way, wish her well. She's not feeling well. I don't want to say you know, what she's come down with. Nothing bad. Um, Don, be careful, says Tracy Jones. What's up, Don, says Vernon Johnson on the YT, one of the lemon heads. What's up this election? Are you worried about reactions, denial from Trump supporters if Harris wins? Says memes I found online on YT. Yeah, I'm not worried. Yeah, I'm worried about it. I told you. I believe. That's why you have to watch us. I believe he's going to declare victory early, even if it's not, even if he hasn't won. He's going to throw chaos into the system. SB Lone Star, thank you very much. Kyoko, thank you. I appreciate both of you for your support of independent media. Um, I think he's going to declare victory early, and he's going to throw chaos into the system. And it's going to tick off his supporters, and especially if she wins, it's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen. Janae RN says, "What do you think will happen in the post-Trump era? Will someone worse appear?" I don't know if someone worse appear. I think someone. Thank you, Kyoko. Congratulations, Don, for all your success. I appreciate that, and I appreciate your support. I don't know if anyone more dangerous, but I think someone smarter will come along who can figure out how to access the power better than he did, and to make actually things work better within the government without it just being sort of haphazard. Um, let's see. I'm going to invite some folks from. Let's see if we have some guests. All right, I'm going to let Yanni in. Let's see what Yanni says. Yanni, if you are on the TikTok, if you're in there. Hey, Yanni, how are you? I'm great. Do you have a question? Because you're what? You understand racism. Well, so there, he's asking me, just so you guys know, on YT, he's asking why I see racism when he says things, and he says he doesn't see racism and he understands racism and he's white. Well, I would think that I would say to you, Yanni, I don't know what it's like to be a white person, and I think there are things that you're probably attuned to more than I am because you are that. Um, but I think that I know what it's like to be in the skin, and I can see the racism, and I just I think that maybe you're just not aware of it, and maybe it just doesn't exist to you because it's not in you're not aware of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I think. So I don't know why you don't see it. Maybe you are just oblivious to it, but I think most people see it who are not part of the MAGA cult or who understands bias. I think most people understand it. So let's see who else we have here that we can. Thank you, Yanni. I appreciate your comments. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So good. Look, I don't mind if as long as you're respectful, then I'm totally fine. So we're taking TikTok. We're taking questions from TikTok, just so if you're watching us on YT. Let's see what Harbinger has to say. Hi, Harbinger. How are you? How you doing? Thank you. Harbinger says he's been following me for a long time. Go ahead. What's your question? So, Harbinger is asking me. Hold on, Harbinger. Let me get your full name. Are you still there, Harbinger? I hope I didn't hang up. Harbinger of the Fold is asking me what has shocked me the most. about, since I've been out there. What has shocked me the most is that even when you present people with facts and information, they still don't believe you. And I think the one thing that shocked me the most is that we cannot in this day and age rely on any of the usual, as I said, metrics to figure out like what the polling is, who's going to win. Because I run into people who everyone would just automatically assume is a Trump supporter, right? And it turns out they're not. I'll say, hey, just I was in Florida, Georgia border, and for sure, so these guy with trucker hats and beards or whatever, and I was at the Welcome Center, and I said, hey, who are you support or something, and I for sure thought they were going to say Donald Trump, and they said, who do you think? And I said, I don't know, and they said, well, Kamala Harris. I said, what, really? Why? And they said, well, have you ever heard anything that comes out of his mouth? How can you believe it? Shocking. And then I speak to people like women of color, and I think that they're going to say, oh, we want a woman, I'm black or whatever. And they'll say, no, I'm not voting for her just because she's a black woman. So I don't think we can rely on any metrics. So that has been the most shocking. And also that how many young white guys, I'm just being honest, who I will say that they support Trump and policies, and I'll ask them a policy and they don't know. So it's interesting. Also, the folks who support Kamala Harris usually are really more in tune with what matters to them, like policies and that kind of thing, like real policies, than just, they just don't say, oh, the economy, right? Because it's easy, or the border. And then they're like, what? And they can't answer. So that's probably it. So thank you, Harbinger. I appreciate it. Harbinger of the fold. Thank you. Let's see. Let's try to get someone else here. Thank you, Harbinger. I'm going to end Harbinger now and disconnect. Um, let's see who else we have here. I'm going to put amazing. I'm going to put a couple of folks on here so you can ask some questions. So just remember, keep it respectful. If I let you in, keep it respectful, and as long as you're respectful, it doesn't matter to me who you support. I just want to kind of hear from you. Thank you, Renata McCoomer, for keeping up. For who says, Don, keep doing what you're doing. I support it all. Thank you for your generous support of independent media. Thank you so much. Um, so let's see. Hi, amazing. How are you? What's your? Thank you. Thank you. Try to keep it to a question, but go ahead. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. She said you should judge Kamala Harris on what she's done lately and not for what she's done so much over time, because she believes that Donald Trump hasn't done a lot either. Thank you, amazing. Um, Polly Talk Blue, do you have a question? Words of encouragement from blue dots in red states. Well, listen, my family in Louisiana are blue dots in red states, and they're very encouraged. And I would say at this point, ignore the polls. Rely on your faith and your support around you. She's asking blue dots and red states. What do you do? Words of encouragement. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I would say you should watch us on election day starting in the afternoon, because look, here's the thing, we're not going to be out there like, going, oh, let's go to this county and this thing or whatever. But like when it really matters, we're going to be at the headquarters, and then you'll know. But pretty much until like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, it's going to be like you should just try to enjoy yourself. You should watch us. You should be part of an election night watch party. That's what we're going to do. You should come to a safe space where you can have a great time. Maybe you want to have a cocktail. Maybe you want to shoot the shit. Maybe you want to just have a little bit of fun. Maybe you want to, gossip, whatever. It's a place where you can come and decompress and relax. And then when it really gets down to it, we will tell you. So that's what I should do. Just take a deep breath and don't over index on this stuff, right? And everything's going to be okay. Okay. I'm not sure if that's helping you, but well, I'm hoping too, because as I've been saying, um, Polly Talks Blue, I've been saying that I thank you so much, by the way. I've been saying that I'm on the side of democracy. I'm not voting for someone because of anything, that has to do with Democratic or Republican Party. I'm voting on democracy because that's what I believe in. And I think there's one person in this race that's going to keep an intact democracy on the other side, and that is Kamala Harris. Okay, so that's what I am voting for. I'm actually picking people, just so you know, gifters who have either done galaxies or have gifted, because that shows me that you guys are serious. So folks who are on YT, let me get one of your questions in. Okay, so TikTok, we're live on the tube as well, and we're taking questions live there. It's Still Alive says, thank you for your generous support by Still Alive on YT. Do you think DC is well prepared this time to in case another what attempts January 6th kind of thing happens? I think DC is well prepared, and I think they learned their lesson from January 6th. Okay, so, anyways, they're going to kick me out of the lounge soon. But so I think that they're well prepared, and I think they're going to be. Let's keep our fingers crossed, and let's hope that that doesn't happen. Okay. So, Still Alive. Thank you for that question. I really appreciate it. Stephanie Ray Stasiak says, "Hi Don, what are your thoughts on the Electoral College?" I think the Electoral College needs to be looked at. I would love to be able for us to get to a point where where we actually get rid of the Electoral College, and we are people get to vote on where everybody's vote counts and the majority matters, because right now with the Electoral College it's minority rule. Okay, it's minority rule. So let's see who else. Let's see. So Polytalk, thank you, I appreciate it. I'm gonna hang you up now so other folks can get in. Let's see. Hi Taminator, how are you? What's going on? What's your question? Thank you. It's an honor too. Thank you, Taminator. Thank you. So Taminator says I've evolved in a way that she loves, similar to her, and it's beautiful. And she likes my journey. Thank you, Taminator. Do you have a question? By the way, I'm translating because the folks on YT can't hear you. So I'm just telling you what you're asking me here on YouTube. What do you want to know? Watch your words, because we'll get kicked off of TikTok, remember. Don't try not to use bad words, just so you know. Okay, that what? Oh, you mean with the microphone? Okay, so here's what I'll say. Thank you, Taminator, by the way. Look, I think that he's spiraling right now. I think that he there's maybe some internal polling or something that shows him that he should be worried. I also think that I haven't put this out there, that I have said, everyone says, well, he's doing this, because of this reason, that reason. Here's what I think. He owes a lot of money to venues and he's not paying them. Thank you for the hat, and thank you for the support on TikTok. Make sure you hit the hearts, and make sure you hit and follow us. He has not been paying reportedly a lot of the venues. So I think what he's trying to set up is that he's trying to set up criticism of the venues so that he can either not have to pay as much a discount, or have a good case that he doesn't have to pay at all because the equipment doesn't work. And that's his sort of MO. That's what I truly believe. So I think that was on purpose. Yes, quickly, please. I, okay, she's asking me if anybody's going to give me 3 galaxies. I would love 5 galaxies, but please, thank you. 25 galaxies. Thank you, Terminator. I appreciate it. Have a good one, okay? Thank you. I appreciate the compliments and the question. Thank you. Okay, let's see who we have. One more. Hey, Keely, how are you? Hi, thank you. Greetings. I have just a couple minutes because my flight is going to go, but what is your question? I can answer your question. Yes. I can answer your question. Yes, people are talking about them. Thank you guys for the galaxies and the hats and all the gifts. We appreciate it and everything that you're all the gifts that you're giving us on TikTok. Yes, the question was about down ballot. People are talking about it. We were in Pennsylvania. We saw Pennsylvania senator there. He talked about his reelection. Folks were talking about him down ballot. That's and all kinds of things. And people are on here saying vote straight blue, vote straight blue. But they are talking about it. And the concern is, will the vice president help down ballot or hurt down ballot? And the same thing for Donald Trump. Just because he's on the ticket doesn't mean that he's going to help the down ballot folks, because a lot of people are sick of his um, sick of his rhetoric. But anyways, so that's for that question. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. I'll see you. Thank you. Okay. So let's go back to YT. Someone said, I forget what the question was that you were asking me on the YT. If you have one, let me know. I will be voting for sure, says Ruben on YT. Don, so what is the point of a phone in? Well, the phone in is what you can do if you're on the TikTok. People can phone in, I can put them on. And so I like being able to do that. And then hopefully, we can do something very similar on Tuesday when you guys tune into us. So just so you know, guys, on Tuesday, again, whether you're on YT, thank you for the elephant on YT, or whether you are on um, on TikTok, whether you're on TikTok, YT, the Gram, wherever you're watching us from, just remember we're going to be live doing Man on the Streets, just as we've been doing in our social. Check it out. Just as we've been doing on the shorts on YT. Check it out. And we'll be doing that live. And you can watch it. It's going to be a continuous stream. We're going to go 12 hours. 12 hours. That's a lot. So we're going to go from venue to venue, and you're going to see us even in the transition. And we'll be able to get your thoughts on. And some of you may be able to dial in the lemon heads. We're working out a way to get you on. Many of you have been vetted, and we're trying to figure all that out. It has changed a little bit, just so you know, because we were going to do a show just in New York. As it turns out now, we're not going to do a show just in New York. We're going to be in Washington, D.C. as well. So if you guys have any idea where you want us to go in Washington, D.C., if you want to show up at your watch party, let us know. If you want us to go to a certain venue, let us know. We're going to be free. I got a lot, 12 hours. Maybe it's taking on too much, but it's going to be a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Okay. So, guys, listen, I got to run and get my plane. I'm so happy that you're joining us here on TikTok. I'm so happy that you're joining us on YouTube. I'm so happy that you're joining us on Instagram. Everywhere you're joining us. Yeah, quickly, because I got to run. I think, look, it's toss up in Georgia. I think there's a very good sign that it's going to stay blue, but I will tell you this. All the shenanigans are going to be in Georgia. Okay. Is that Nikki? Who is that? Yes. Nikki. Okay. I will do. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Drown. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Drownington. All right. Well, we certainly, that would be great, at least because then it would be irrefutable. Okay. So, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining. Okay. The folks who are joining us on the YouTube, I'll see you later. Thank you, guys. Lemonheads, make sure you join tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. live on YouTube. We're going to be on our Hot Topic show. You can see us there. Get your comments on. We'll be live on TikTok as well. TikTok, and we appreciate you joining. Thank you all. I'm going to go jump my flight, and I will see you guys soon. So have a great evening, everyone. Be safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Live at 10. Bye, everybody. Eastern time. And then we'll see you on Tuesday live all day, starting at 2 Eastern. Bye. See you later, everyone.
Thanks for watching The Don Lemon Show. Make sure you click on the image in the top right to subscribe to my channel and the thumbnail in the bottom right to watch more content from my show.